always there, is always kind of controlling. That's just someone else's opinion, which you have decided to buy into. Hello my lovelies, I hope you're all having a beautiful, powerful day so far. And what I wanted to share with you on today's video is how to bounce back from a past where you may have been bullied or where you may have been abused, and how to overcome all of the hurt that you felt to start loving yourself more than ever before. Sometimes if we have been bullied while we've been growing up, or even as an adult if you've been bullied in the workplace, it can knock away on our own confidence, on our own levels of self-love, and we end up believing the things that we got accused of or insulted of being. If you were always teased for some aspect which really hurt you deep down inside, then we actually end up believing those things after a while. You know, if someone made you feel conscious about your nose or at your face or your skin color or your hair or your level of intelligence or your voice, you can end up then carrying that with you right through onto the rest of your life, and that's something that you feel self-conscious about every single day for the rest of your life. Now, the first thing that I want to share, whatever it is that you feel very self-conscious about, is I want you to focus on it right now. Like, actually focus on it. Sometimes we have these things that we feel self-conscious about and we kind of look away from it. We don't focus on it. We kind of hide from it. It's always there. It's always kind of controlling and dominating everything that we do because it stops us from doing the things that we really want to do. But we never quite actually look it in the eye because of the fear we feel, because we're scared of it, or because we don't want to feel so much pain. But what I want you to do is be brave for a second and take a look at that thing, the thing that you're self-conscious about. There may be a whole bunch of things, but just focus on one right now, the one that really jumps out at you, okay? Write it down. Pause this video and write it down. If you want to get maximum value from this video, if you are ready to start loving yourself more, if you want to overcome things that you felt self-conscious about throughout your whole entire lifetime, pause this video, grab a pen and paper, and get maximum value from this and write it down. Write down what it is that you feel crappy about in yourself, or that you feel self-conscious about in yourself. Now, what I want you to start becoming more aware of as you write this down and as you're focusing on it is that actually that's just someone else's opinion which you have decided to buy into. It's a story that you've chosen to believe. And it's a story that hurt you. I'm just offering you a new perspective. I'm offering you a way to have perhaps like to detach yourself from those thoughts and feelings that you have about yourself right now. So when you can see it as simply a story that somebody told you and you believed it and it hurts when you believe it, then what that also gives you power to do is to start telling yourself a brand new story. So if the example is that you really feel self-conscious about your face, about your nose, about your physical appearance, you can choose to start telling yourself a new story that you look beautiful, that you have the most perfect, powerful, strong, unique nose that you've ever seen, and you wouldn't want anyone else's nose. You're proud to have yours, or that you're proud to have your family's genetic appearance on your face, or that, you know what, you don't know anyone else on the planet who looks like you, and that's just one of the endearing things that you love about yourself, is that you are you and nobody else looks like you, and it's really interesting and exotic and different and unique and cool how you look. Now, that to go from hating how you look to finding yourself as somebody who looks really awesome might feel like such a big jump that it's too much. So if that feels like too big of a step to take, to go from hating how you look to loving how you look, how about you just go from hating how you look to kind of disliking how you look but not feeling too angry about it, or kind of being indifferent about how you look, or feeling like, you know what, maybe one day I'll learn to like it a bit more. Okay, it's just moving away from that really deep hatred and taking it up to a nicer level on the spectrum. And if you can get yourself one step, just remember that one day you'll be able to transform yourself all the way if you're willing to put in the work and the effort to start telling yourself a new story until you eventually believe it. I can guarantee you that it was more painful for you to choose to believe a painful story about how bad you look or how bad a person you are. It was more painful to believe the lies that the bullies told you than it will be to be kind to yourself and to start telling yourself a new kind of story. So I want to leave you with a practice that you can start adding into your routine from now onwards. Do you want to do that? Are you willing to do a little thing each day, each morning before you start your day, which if you do it for 30 days could make you feel better about yourself, which could then make you feel more confident, which could then make you feel more beautiful, which could then give you the more power and more freedom to go and do the things you've always wanted to do, one baby step at a time? Would you like to do something like that? If yes, okay, let's do it. What I want you to do for the next 30 days is when you wake up, get a piece of paper or get a nice journal. I've got a book here that I love to write things in. I've got another one here called Dreams Happen. I love to write all of the things that I'm going to achieve, that I'm manifesting into my life. So find yourself a journal that you really like the look of and the feel of. Open it up and each morning write the words, I am. And then on the rest of the page, I want you to fill that page up with positive, lovely, complimentary things. Positive statements, positive descriptions. For example, I am happy. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am kind. I am lovable. I am a champion. I am successful. I am brave. I am awesome. I am fun. I am funny. I am wealthy. I am successful. I am limitless. I am incredible. I am my favorite person to be with. I am my own best friend. I am proud of myself. Just write it, freestyle, right? Some of them might take a little bit of thought, some of them might just flow straight out of you. Enjoy the experience as much as you can, and do not be surprised if it feels really, really weird at first, okay? The reason why it might feel really weird at first is because you may be totally unused to saying nice things about yourself to yourself. That's the reason why it may feel weird. Because it's unusual, because it's unfamiliar, because you don't spend the rest of your day being kind to yourself. So, if some people have caused you to think and believe negative, bad things about yourself, that's not your fault. But it is your responsibility to take power and do something about it from now onwards, and undo the things that they've said, and reprogram yourself with kinder, more positive, more loving things instead. Imagine if you had just been surrounded by a bunch of people who weren't hurting and who weren't intending to hurt you, and they just paid you compliments. Then what would you do? You would believe the compliments. So what I want to say, what I mean by that is that what people have told you, you've learned to believe is real, you've learned to believe is true, but it's not. It's just things that they've said to you. It does not define you. It does not make you any less of a person just because some words came out of their mouth and went into your direction. So don't let their words that they said to you in the past cause you to literally decide, yes, I must be a useless person. I must be silly. I must be stupid. I must be ugly because it came out of somebody's mouth one time. You have no idea what's been going around in their head, what insecurities they're dealing with, what negative things have been said to them in the past by people who are feeling pain, which causes them to express themselves in such a way. It's got everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. So just remember that. So, with that in mind, you get to start being your best friend. You get to start telling yourself the things that you know you would have loved to have been told. You don't rely on anybody else. It's not anybody's responsibility, actually, to make you feel good about yourself. It's your responsibility to make you feel great. And when you take that power and you take that responsibility, then all you need is yourself to make yourself feel great. You don't end up latching on to people or feeling incomplete without people or feeling lonely when you've got your own best friend with you 24 hours a day. So learn to be kind to yourself. You'll feel better about yourself. Tell yourself positive things. Write them down for 30 days every morning. You'll feel less lonely. You'll feel more confident, more powerful, more happy, more free, and you'll feel further and further and further away from those empty and meaningless words that those bullies told you once upon a time. And you'll realize that it was just words and it was not defining you and it is not who you are. You are whatever you believe you are. So if you change what you believe you are and you decide to reprogram the thoughts and feelings that you have about yourself, you change who you are. That's all I have to say on the matter. I love you all so much. I hope this brought you value. Let me know, keep me posted. If you decide that yes, I really do want to feel better about myself, step up to the challenge. Positive affirmations page every single day for the next 30 days and let me know when you've completed it and how you feel afterwards. Mwah! Hello beautiful top 1%er, welcome to your first ever day of 1% better every day. The first thing that we're going to focus on